Hey you guys, welcome back. Today's video I'm going to be reviewing the ColourPop Valentine's Day collection. ColourPop was so kind enough to send over part of the collection to me, so I have most of the collection to review for you guys today, which I'm super excited about. I just wanted to throw in that disclaimer that everything was sent to me from ColourPop, but this video is not sponsored. My opinion will always remain 110% honest. I hope you guys know that by now, but I just always want to be transparent and just throw that right at the beginning of the video. But yeah, this collection is quite big, so we have a lot to get through, so let's just jump straight into my review. So like I just mentioned, this collection is actually quite big. There's a product from each brand from ColourPop. So we got makeup, we got skincare from 43 Beauty, and we also have some products from Soul Body that's included in this Valentine's Day collection. So I'm just gonna go and talk about product by product so it's easier for you guys to digest and just to take in. I feel like sometimes big collections can be quite overwhelming. You don't even know what's in the collection, so I'll break it down for you one by one, and hopefully that's easier to take in. The first product that I want to talk about is obviously the eyeshadow palette. This is called All That. This is $18 US. It comes with 6 mattes, 2 satins, 2 glitters, and 2 metallics. There's actually a lot that I want to say about this palette. I honestly don't know where to start. But ColourPop in their description of this palette claims that this palette is their deep sultry red palette. It's like along those lines. When you look at the palette, that's what I really see. I think the packaging and everything about it, it gives you like dark, sexy, like vampire vibes, you know, if you get what I mean. As I was playing with this palette, what I noticed is that what you see in the pan is not necessarily how it's gonna translate onto your eyes. Look 2 and this look 3, they pull very pinky slash purple. They don't pull very red at all. I don't know if it's just the shades mixing with my golden undertone, but the shades appear almost berry toned. It does not look like a very dark like wine red. But when you swatch it, the shades translate well. Maybe it's a matter of fact when you blend it out, the shade can turn more into a berry kind of tone. Other than that, it's ColourPop's formulation. I didn't have any issues with blending. Everything seemed pigmented to me. I think there are a couple of, I don't know if this is like a new formulation, but it feels like a new formulation. So the first shade I want to talk about is Infatuation. I think that's how you say it. Texture wise, it feels like a metallic shadow, but once you swatch it, it almost feels like a glitter. There's a lot of chunkier glitters in here, so it's like in between a metallic shadow and a glitter shadow. For example, if I was to take Uncensored, which is actually a pressed glitter, you can see a really big difference between the two, but Infatuation does perform like a glitter, so I don't know if that's different, or maybe because it's a red, maybe it was a bit harder to press red glitters. I'm not really too sure, but that was definitely different. I also think Fishnets was a bit different as well. It is a metallic shadow, but it has a little bit more of these finer glitters in it that really sparkle through. I guess that's not too new. We do see some kind of metallic formulation like that from ColourPop. So while I was playing with this palette, I did find those shades quite interesting. It's a little bit different, but then other than that, I enjoyed all the looks that I created. I had fun doing it. I really did enjoy all 3 looks, although I was expecting those looks to be a lot more red. I still liked how they turned out and everything performed well. These shades to me personally are not shades that I will always go to, but it's nice to have in your collection. But I do wish that the shades did just come out as a true red. It's a good palette. I like the looks that I created, so I can't really say it's a bad palette or it's like the most amazing palette from ColourPop. I do want to quickly talk about my comparisons because I don't really have that many comparisons to share with you guys. So the first comparison palette that I have is the Whatever palette. I think when I first saw this palette, it automatically gave me Whatever vibes, but once I compared it, there's not really too many comparisons. I think the Whatever palette definitely has more warm shadows, and then this one definitely pulls a little bit more plum and more berry. There's a difference there, but there are a couple of similar shades if you do want to compare. And then because this is the deep red palette from ColourPop. Obviously, I had to compare it to the 9-pan red palette, which is the Main Squeeze. Again, not too many similarities either. I feel like Main Squeeze is a lot more of a brighter red, and this one is a little bit more deeper, and it does pull a little bit more plum once again. But other than that, those two palettes were probably the closest palettes that I could compare it to. Maybe shades individually, it would be easier to compare it to multiple shades, but I think just comparing from palette to palette is more realistic in my opinion. But yeah, those were my two comparisons for this palette. Next in the collection, we have this little trio of the Just a Tint lip crayons. This will come with Gimme Some More, The Strand, and Cutie Fruity. I actually already own the full size shades of all three of these, and I think this kit is actually pretty good. It's $12 US. Although I personally, I would just buy the full size because the formulation on these lip tints are the best ever, so I personally would just get the full size product. But actually one of my favorite shades, Gimme Some More, is in this little set as well. I also do like the Strand. When I do more like pinky eye looks, typically I would pair the Strand with the eye look. Cutie Fruity, I don't use it too much. It's a little bit deeper, but I think there is definitely something for everybody in this little set. If you wanted to try the Just a Tint lip crayons, you don't want to buy the full size, then this is like a really great way to try it out and try different shades because all the shades are like super different from each other. We also have another trio. This is the glitter trio. So the three shades you'll get in here are Love Language, That's Hot, and I Love You So Much. I don't know if these shades are new shades. They sound like new shades because it ties in with the Valentine's Day theme, but I didn't try out these shades specifically just because I don't really play with glitter too much, and I feel like I already have so many of these pot glitters. They will end up drying out, and I don't want to waste product, so I can't give you too much info on these shades specifically. But if we're talking about it generally, I do like the glitters. I know they're not really safe for your eyes and they're not really good for the environment, I believe. I just typically in my day-to-day life, I don't really use glitter. I mainly just use it when I'm filming more creative looks for you guys. They also came out with two new styles of false lashes, and they only sent me one of them, and I saw the other one. The other one is a lot more extreme, very dramatic. I don't think I would have liked that one, but they sent me Lover. I didn't actually get to use it within my 3 look. I'm so bummed out about it because these lashes are a lot shorter. They're more like a natural lash to me personally, that I feel like within my 3 looks, this lash wouldn't have paired well with any of them. This lash actually does remind me a lot of Shorty. I'll show you guys a side-by-side comparison between the two, but it does remind me of those lashes. But looking at the lashes, I think I would really enjoy these. It's just a certain look to wear short lashes for me, and maybe for more of like a natural eye look, I definitely would get my use out of this. So I think I'll like these. I just didn't get to try them out yet, sorry. But definitely you guys will for sure see it on my Instagram or see it in the future videos, so just keep your eyes out if you do want to see these lashes on me. We then have the Creme Gel liner as well as the Creme Gel color in the shade Hustler. The pencil is $6 US and the pot is $7 US, and this is in a new shade. It is in the metallic formulation, so there's a little bit of glitters in here. The Creme Gel liner, the pencil one, I think it does perform quite well. It's pigmented, it glides onto your waterline, and it will show up. It also comes with a matching gel pot. This one I personally would not recommend because it takes a very long time to build up on your eyes and it's not very pigmented. And personally for me, I rather just go in with the black eyeliner than going in with this because I need to go in with a black eyeshadow to build it up anyway. So I personally didn't enjoy this one as much. Maybe if you wanted to use this as like an eyeshadow base for a very intense black smoky eye, I think that would work well, but I personally just don't have any use for this and I probably would skip out on this one. Alright, and from Fourth Ray Beauty we have this little mini skincare kit. It comes with the cleansing oil, the cleanser, the Mellow Milk Mist, and the Rose Face Milk. So I've tried the cleanser and the cleansing oil and I do like it. I'm actually currently using the cleanser every morning and I use the cleansing oil when I travel because I also have the mini size of that. But I didn't actually get to try the face milk or the milk mist. but they look very interesting. I have tried the strawberry face milk though, just not the rose one. And this little set is $18 US, and I think that's a really great value. You do get a lot of product. These do last you quite a long time, and I believe you get this little bag as well. So for $18 US, I think this was actually a really great deal. And lastly, in this collection, there is a Soul Duo for $18 US that will come with a highlighter and a dry oil. They didn't send that over my way, but that is part of the collection. And I do want to mention also in the collection, you can get the liquid liner in numero uno. This is not a new shade, but this is the box for it, so maybe it does come in this collection. I'm not really too sure about that, but it's not a new shade. I personally don't use numero uno very often. I always use grande, however, which is the brown. I just feel like because it's a felt tip, it's very inky. The black can be quite intense, and I personally don't feel comfortable doing my eyes with that, and it is a bit shiny, but with the brown, it's more forgiving, and I really like the shade of brown. So I don't use numero uno like very often at all, but if you're into felt tip liner, it is affordable. You could give it a go, give it a try, see how you like it, but definitely the shade grande I definitely could recommend. So for the first eye look, I'm going to be taking Wink Wink as my transition shadow. I'm going to work that straight into my crease using windshield wiping motions and blending that up towards my brow bone. You can also see that I am dragging this out towards the outer third of my eyes as well, because we are going to be creating a very intense cat eye shape. We do need some product at that outer corner, and this shadow is pretty much going to be our base color. I'm also going to take this shadow onto my lower lash line as well, just sweeping that from the outer corner right to the inner corner. Now I am taking the feels and I'm gonna start creating my wing. I'm gonna use this to line my lash line as well, just like how I normally would with a normal eyeliner, but I'm gonna work with the shadow first to get a really smudged out, smoky, diffuse look. I do take the BFF liquid liner in the shade Numero Uno to kind of line the lash line and make that really dark, but I'll go back in with the feels and really smoke this out, deepen everything out. I am creating a very dramatic wing as well. You can see I'm bringing this quite far out, so I would suggest doing your eyes first for this eye look. I made the mistake of putting my base on first. That way you can take a makeup wipe and make that very, very sharp. But I will also take the feels onto my lower lash line as well, all the way from the outer corner right to the inner corner. The important part is that you are connecting the shadows at the outer corner, so that way the whole eye look can come together as one. It doesn't look like two separate things. Next, going into the shade Please Me, I'm taking this on a small fluffy brush. I'm going to use the shadow to blend the feels out and towards the transition. It's a very deep wine red, so it's going to help blend out that black eyeshadow. And it's going to turn this eye look more into like a smoky wing eyeliner look. And then taking the shade Uncuffed, I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners as well as my brow bone. I thought I would keep this entire eye look matte just because I'm going for like an anti-Valentine's Day look, and I feel like we don't want any shimmers or metallic or glitters, just everything matte. And to complete the eye look, I will be taking the Creme Gel Liner in the shade Hustler, and I'm going to use this to tightline my bottom waterline as well as my upper waterline. Alright you guys, so this is the first look completed. I am going to be calling this my anti-Valentine's Day look. It's dark, it's smoky, it's sexy, but it has the pops of reds to tie in the Valentine's Day theme. I love how dramatic and sultry this eye look looks. But for my lashes, I am wearing the Petite Cosmetics Luxe Faux Mink lashes in the style Desire. And for my lip pairing, I am wearing the ColourPop Luxe lipstick in the shade Aeronaut. Obviously, you do not have to wear a black lipstick with this look. You can wear the Just a Tint lip crayons that come with this collection or any lip color of your choice. But I just wanted to give you that anti-Valentine's Day feels. So yeah, that's the first look completed. And now onto the second look. We are starting off with the shade Cha Cha, and this is going to be our transition shadow, working that straight into the crease. You guys know how it rolls. I'm just going to use windshield wiping motions to blend that out up towards my brow bone. I'm also going to bring this shadow onto my lower lash line as well, just sweeping that from the outer corner right to the inner corner. Next, moving into the shade Silhouette, I'm going to start packing this shadow into the outer third of my eyes to really deepen out that outer corner. This is a technique that I do very often and you guys have seen me do so many times, but it is just my go-to technique that I do for my eye shape. I'm going to use circular motions to really blend this out in the outer third. I'll bring it slightly towards the middle, but I'm going to keep the inner third of my eyes blank of eyeshadow. And I'm also going to take this shadow onto my lower lash line as well, but I'm only going to focus it towards the outer third, almost to the middle, just always keeping the inner third of my eyes pretty much blank. Next, I am going into the shade Please Me. I'm going to be doing exactly the same thing by just focusing this product at the outer third of my eyes. Once again, I'm going to take the shadow onto my lower lash line, but only at the outer third. Now I am taking Fishnet and I'll be using this shadow wet. I'm going to place that at the inner third of my eyes. You can see that around the crease area I am blending this shadow upwards. I don't want this to be too intense. I want it to be quite diffused out. And I love this eyeshadow. I think the little sparks of glitters really peek through. It's something a little bit different from ColourPop's metallics, but I really like it and I think it complements this eye look perfectly. And lastly, I'm taking Risque and I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners as well as my brow bone. So this, you guys, is the second look completed. For my lashes today, I am wearing the Natalia Light from House of Lashes. For my lip pairing, I am wearing the ColourPop Luxe Velvet Liquid Lipstick in the shade Genie. And that will complete today's look. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it's a technique that I always do. I love how this makes my eye shape look. So I hope you guys will apply this technique to your eyes and hopefully you guys like it as well. And now onto the final look. I will be taking the shade Come Through. I'm going to work this into my crease as my transition shadow. I'm just going to use windshield wiping motions to create a good blend because the shadow is going to be our base for the eye look. I'm next going into the shade Silhouette and I'm gonna start packing this on to my lid space. I'm gonna pack this on, get the pigment there first, and then I'll slowly start blending that up towards the crease area and towards the transition shadow. Wherever you place your brush first is where the most pigment is going to be. So I want the most pigment on the lid space and then it's going to fade out up to the brow bone. So we're gonna get a really nice gradient. I'm also gonna take this shade onto my lower lash line as well. I'm just gonna sweep that from the outer corner right to the inner corner. Now I am taking the shade Please Me. I'm doing exactly the same thing, but this time I am using a smaller brush and I'm focusing it a little bit lower on my lids. I'm not going to bring it up too high like I did with the previous shade, but you also want to take this shadow onto your lower lash line as well. And as you can see, I did switch brushes. I'm using more of a defining brush to press this up against my waterline. Next, I am taking Infatuation. I am going to pretty much put this all over my lid space on top of the matte shadows. This is sort of like a pressed glitter. It's really hard to explain the texture of this. Like, it is a pressed glitter, but it's not like the normal pressed glitter that they always have. Pretty much just place that on top of the matte shadows. Around the crease area, you want to slowly blend that out towards your brow bone. You don't want any like harsh lines of where the glitters are. You just want to diffuse that all over your lids. I'm also going to go into the shade Unscented as well, and that is also a pressed glitter, just because Infatuation was a little bit patchy with the glitter. There's a lot of empty spaces, so I'm going in with Unscented to fill in those empty spaces, because Unscented is like that typical glitter formula and it's a little bit more chunkier, and I think the combination of the two creates a lot more dimension. There's different sizes of glitters on your eyes which will catch the light really well. I'm then taking the BFF liquid liner in the shade Numero Uno, and I'm going to use this to line my lash line as well as give me a wing. But I also go into the shade The Feels, and I'm going to use this to help smoke out that wing. I'm taking the Creme Gel liner in the shade Venus, and I'm going to use this to tightline my bottom waterline. Now taking the shade Risque, I'm going to use this to highlight my inner corners as well as my brow bone. Alright you guys, so this is the first look completed. For my lashes today, I am wearing the Natalia Lights from House of Lashes. For my lip pairing, I am wearing the Luxe Velvet liquid lipstick in the shade Hermosa. You can never go wrong with a classic smoky eye, and when you put a little bit of glitter in it, I just think it looks super girly, super pretty, and I think for a romantic night out, your eyes will definitely sparkle with these glitters on your lids. But yeah, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this final look. So that, you guys, was all of my 3 looks. I hope you guys found some inspiration from them, and if you guys ever recreate any of the looks that I do within any of my videos, please tag me on Instagram, whether it's a story or a post. I will love to repost it on my stories and show you guys some love. So please tag me. I love seeing your recreations. You guys are so beautiful, and I love when you guys recreate the looks, so please tag me. I will love to see it. But if you guys did watch all the way till the end of this video, I'm glad you did, because I am sneaking in a little sneaky giveaway. So like I mentioned, I already own all 3 shades of the Just a Tint lip crayons, as well as the BFF liquid liner in Numero Uno. So I'm going to be giving these 2 away to one of you guys, and me giving away just these 2 little products just seemed so small, so I held back and didn't use the trio of glitters as well as the 4-3 Beauty skincare set. So that's why I didn't review it, because I wanted to give it to you guys. For this little giveaway today, you will be receiving 4 of these products. I'll leave all the rules down below because I don't want to make this video even longer, but if you have joined any of my other giveaways, it's pretty much going to be exactly the same. But yeah, all rules will be down below. I also want to give another disclaimer out, is that I don't want you guys to think that I'm not grateful for receiving these products from ColourPop. And the whole reason why I was able to get this review up so quickly, because as you know, as of recently, a lot of my ColourPop reviews are very late, and this one I feel like is the only one that's on time in a very long time. Some of you guys might think like, oh, you're getting sent these products and you should keep it, and I understand that as well, and I'm not saying like I don't like want to receive it. Like, I love it. I'm so grateful for that. It really does help me a lot financially as well. They come out with so many collections, so anytime they send me a collection, it really does help me out. But sometimes, like in this case, they did send me products that I already own, and I already have so much makeup that I don't need double of things that will get expired and then I end up throwing them in the trash, you know? I want to give these products to a person, to another home that will actually use it and not just, you know, keep it in their drawer lying there forever. So yeah, I hope you guys can understand my thought process behind that and me giving away these little items to one of you guys. I don't want to make this video any longer, so I'm going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck if you're entering the giveaway, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!